It's safe to say that Trey'Dez Green has officially arrived. Dominant performance against South Carolina last week, finishing with 8 catches, 120 yards, and a touchdown as well. This is the first college football game where Green's had more than 2 catches, and he's been hurt in 2025. He got hurt week 1 against Clemson. He's obviously a big part of what the 2025 LSU Tigers are trying to do offensively, and he did it against South Carolina. He's going to continue to be a big part of what they're doing to try to move the ball and get the ball in the end zone. So what I'm going to bring up first with Trey'Dez Green is 6'7", 240. The frame that he has, the athleticism that he has. He also plays basketball for the LSU Tigers, and we're going to see that translate onto the football field the way that we usually do. We'll see it on this, the way that he high points the ball, the way that he's able to box out defenders. He is so good at that, but I also want to highlight just the overall athleticism that he has at 6'7", the way that he runs route, just the overall smoothness. This dude brings a very rare athletic presence to the tight end position, and in high school, he split out a lot. I like that we're going to continue to see LSU use him as not only a tight end, but a split-out receiver, because this dude has the athleticism to separate. I mean, look at the way this route just snaps off at the top. The change of direction ability is very good. He's very explosive as well. We're going to see some clips where it doesn't look like the first step's great, and I think that's a bit more of a release thing than the natural athleticism, because this dude's as athletic as you'll find at 6'7". I really do believe that. So look at just how aggressive this is at the top of the route, and then just becomes a bowling ball with the ball in his hands. And this next play, this is what we're going to see. We're going to see this probably at least twice a game from LSU, because there are very few corners that are able to go toe-to-toe with a player like Trey'Dez Green at 6'7", not only the frame, but the athleticism he has. And then, I'm not even going to just highlight the athleticism in the frame, but also the skill that this takes to box this cornerback out without really getting a pass interference. This is drilling basketball. This is boxing out. This is high-level stuff, the way he just uses his hips to make sure that defender can't get a hand on the ball, right? Very, very good in that regard. So this is the one play I was talking about, the explosiveness. We're going to see him with the ball in his hands, just how explosive an athlete he is, but this release just kind of takes a little bit, and this might be designed. They might want him to get out there a bit later so this receiver in front of him clears out. I'm not sure, so I'm not going to really talk on it. I just wanted to put every catch he had on this highlight tape here. This next one, this is the basketball player again. About 2 plays before this, they tried this to the other sideline, and the connection just couldn't be made. Green didn't make a great adjustment to it, but this is a great adjustment to this ball. Really good ball by Nussmeier as well, knowing, 6'7", there's not going to be a single corner. Even DJ Pickett, right? We talk about DJ Pickett, one of the tallest D-backs, probably the tallest D-back in college football, 6'5". He still doesn't have the length to match up with Trey'Dez Green. So, and that guy's on LSU. These receivers, these corners on South Carolina just don't have the physical skill set to match what Trey'Dez Green does. Here's a kick out block, and I'm not putting this on necessarily to highlight the block. It was a good block. Just impedes this end man on the line of scrimmage, and then this goes for a big gain here. But we're going to see him do a similar, it looks almost exactly the same, except this time he's going to run a route. Look how smooth of an athlete he is. Right now, look at how smooth that is. The reason I wanted to bring that up is when LSU starts facing teams with a 3-4 with the overhang, that's also has pass rush responsibilities, it is a very tough position to be in there, where you either have to take on that block from Trey'Dez Green at 6'7", the way that he's moving, that's a tough ask, or you're going to have to go into the flat and get on top of Trey'Dez Green. That's another tough ask because of how fast he is. I don't know if that makes any sense, but, against a 4-man front, the end man on the line of scrimmage most times is not going to be an outside linebacker. It's going to be a D-end who's not getting into pass drops, but against a 3-4, it's a very tough, difficult position to put an outside linebacker in. And here's the basketball player again. Great adjustment, great job high pointing, great job boxing out. Just checks the boxes in that regard. He looks like a basketball player. Of course, he plays for LSU, so we're seeing that hardwood acumen show up on the football field, that's for sure. So you guys let me know what you think about Trey'Dez Green. Really exciting football player. Also, if you want a place to store all your evaluations or even look at other LSU players, Mansour Delane has a couple uploads on we-draft.com already. Please check that website out. Thanks for watching.